While Yao was warming up with a few chips, I noticed very inconsistent ball striking. So I wanted to take a look and try and help him strike the ball a little bit better in a chip, and then hopefully that is going to translate more into the full swing as well. So let's take a quick look. So we can see here on the way back, there's not much hip rotation. It's just all arms lifting up the top. So legs are staying very, very quiet. On the way down, we're not seeing any weight shift towards the target. We're not seeing any hip rotation. So now we're seeing the club hit the ground slightly before the ball, passing underneath, and we really see that left wrist starting to break down, right wrist starting to flatten out. So once we get through to here, we start seeing this, and that right wrist is really starting to flatten out post-impact. So that means that we're thrusting the club head forwards with that bottom hand and the fingers of the bottom hand underneath, and that's going to lay the club back a little bit and potentially create some mishits, especially without the body moving at all, really. So what I got Yao to feel, one, was to feel like he was activating his right palm, and he's going to stabilize that right palm through the golf ball so the hands can stay in front a little bit better. But then it was more so generating the swing with the pivot, with the rotation. So now on the way back, we see the legs starting to turn a little bit more. Doesn't have to lift the arms so high. Now he's going to shift towards the target. So you see that left hip and the hips shifting towards the target. And now the hips are able to rotate so he doesn't have to do quite as much with his hands. So if I take this back down to impact here, get rid of these lines. So we can really start to see that left wrist is already breaking down here. The right wrist is already trying to flatten out somewhat down through here. So now through the golf ball, we're compressing down on the golf ball, and we've still got this nice bent right wrist through. So if I get rid of those lines and advance frame, so this drill on the right is an exaggerated form of what happens through impact because he's maintaining that right palm pressure forwards through the golf ball. But all of a sudden, and if I take that one to there and move, now I've just put that ball on top of the line, and you'll see that in the video on the left, the before swing, the club and the ball haven't separated as much as the one on the right. So we've just picked up some efficiency through impact and got the ball to come off the face faster. So we see Yao maintaining his flat left wrist and his bent right wrist. And what will happen down the track is as he maintains that, he'll be able to roll the hands over to exit to go to the top. But look how much the hips have rotated through to here. The arms have really straightened out. He's just maintaining this to feel it. Then we'll get those hands to roll over and turn it into a bit of a pitch. And then on into a full swing. So if we run through both swings here at the same time, you can start to really appreciate the difference in the swings. But this gave Yao a clearer understanding of what was happening and a drill to continue to improve his striking and consistency, and that should start to translate into his longer shots down the track as well. Thanks for watching.